Good morning, everyone. Coach Jandy. So today it was really interesting. I was driving into work, and actually I had a whole different topic that I was going to talk about today. And then I saw this station wagon, and it brought up some really negative feelings in me. And this was kind of like a 1970s wood panel station wagon. And I just remember seeing it and just having this really sick feeling. And what it reminded me of, I'm just going to be really honest with you, is my father. So my father used to drive around in this station wagon, and he was a musician back in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. So he had that whole, kind of swagger to him and everything, but he was a really bad man. I'm just going to tell you. He was a sociopath, a child pedophile. In a sense, fortunately never on me, but I do know of other situations. And he also apparently, from what I understand, was potentially a hitman for the mafia. So really good man. Fortunately, I was not around him that much, but I was around him enough to have some memories that were triggered today, when I saw this station wagon, because I didn't see him very often in my life. It was very seldom. I could probably say that I may have seen him 20 times in my life. I mean, maybe more as a baby, but like actual, communication and as far as in person, we used to talk on the phone and things. He was an alcoholic, but I remember he would come into town in a station wagon, that he would have all the seats covered in those velour seat covers, and the dice, and he would have the open shirt, and just the whole car would reek of cologne. Now, weirdly, he wore Taboo cologne, which is actually a women's perfume, but it kind of really smells like a guy, so I get it, And it just, when I saw this today, and I have to tell you, I don't have many what I would call violent memories, and when I say violent, I don't mean really violent, but like it makes you feel, on the inside, is I don't have that happen very often anymore. So it was really kind of surprising when I saw this vehicle today to have this real physical, an emotional reaction to it that just really made me sick. So what do you do? What do you do when you have memories like this, when something reminds you so strongly of something that isn't positive? So if you saw my video yesterday, I talked about history and how you can use your history for the good, to help yourself and to mostly also help other people. So I had to quickly, go, wow, okay, Jandy, what is this about, and just recognize, like, okay, I see the station wagon. I can even smell the smell almost, I could see the open shirt. I can see that just, feeling that my dad had on him and about him. So, in that moment, I just had to recognize and go, okay, you know what? I need to bless this moment. For some reason, it's coming up. It's reminding me of what I said yesterday, is that I can use my history. I can use that experience and recognize, and it did. It helped me this morning to recognize, like, how far I have come as a human being. Because, oddly enough, and this may surprise you, we all have our internal messages, as I talk about a lot in my videos, my I am not. But one of the strong messages that I got from my family is that I am not a good person. Which is crazy, because it's like I give all the time, I help people, I am a good person, but there's this internal dialogue that from time to time, not much anymore, but I do have to fight every once in a while. So today, when I saw that, and that reminder of like, what kind of person I came from and who he was, and I think to myself, my gosh, Jandy, for everything that I came out of, the system that I came out of, I should have been an alcoholic, a drug addict, that my sister was. She was a drug addict for a time. My parents were alcoholics. So yeah, I should have been either an alcoholic, drug addict, both, lots of situations. I could be dead by now. And unfortunately, my sister died at 35 of AIDS because of a lot of these internal messages coming in, and she set her life in motion to basically sabotage herself. So it was a good reminder today. I had to go quickly, like, okay, what can I take out of this, like, really negative, response that I'm having to this? And I had to really look at, Jandy, you are a good person. You've come so far. Look at who you are versus who your family was, and be able to use that history again and that experience of that really hardcore reminder and put it out there. So today, that's what I'm doing. I'm putting it out there to remind you. You may run into somebody that looks like somebody that offended you or hurt you. You may see something like a car or an object or something that reminds you. And you can do one of two things. You stay in that moment of that ick, which you're going to do for a minute, like I did this morning. But then you have to quickly pull out of it and go, okay, how am I going to use this? What is this telling me? Why am I being reminded of this right now in this moment? And I do feel like that a lot of times things are brought to us to remind us in that moment of who we are. I don't think it was a coincidence, that happened this morning. I needed that message today to remind myself, like, okay, Jandy, you're doing okay. Things are okay. I've come a lot further than my family, and I am not my family. I chose to be different, and thank God I'm not a sociopath, and so I make pretty good choices. So we have to use those things sometimes as a reminder of the good things about ourselves, but we got to turn it around. You can either stay in the negativity, of that situation and be the poor pitiful me and, or like reflect on your life. Okay. So I challenge you to do that today. Check out more of my videos at YouTube under Coach Jandy. And then you can also go to my website, coachjandy.com. And I really thank you for the support, for sharing out the videos, because these are helping a lot of people. And I really thank you for that. So guys, hope you have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.